What is going on? You are listening to TAGSPodcast, aka Talk About Gay Sex Podcast. I'm your host, Stevie, and this is episode 424 in the studio alongside Lincoln. How you doing, Lincoln?
I'm good. I'm very happy to be. I always love it when we're in person. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, and it's kind of like our holiday get-together as we record this on December 19th. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. It's official. Also, of course, joining us, sitting right next to me, Kodi, Maurice, Doggette. How the hell you doing, Kodi?
Hello, darling. Happy holidays to my booze. What's going on?
Happy holidays.
So happy to see you
We
guys
just took Lincoln's class. We just had some pizza. We're drinking wine.
It's all about balance.
Right? Bing Crosby was just on a second ago. Mariah Carey.
Serenading.
Serenading, yeah.
I knew what you meant, though.
I'm getting there.
Bing serenades, yeah. Mariah, what does Mariah do, Kodi?
Whistle tone? I don't
Yeah.
know. Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Auto-tune.
No, don't do
Oh.
it. Don't do it.
You know,
we are
don't
not
even.
going there tonight.
I never left there, but it's okay. You don't have to visit.
I know. Okay, well, we got a lot to talk about on this show, but I have to say, who's been naughty or nice? And I was out this past weekend, and I have to say, the boys at the New York Eagle here in New York City were a very naughty bunch of people. And I've gone out because I've been so sick. I haven't done anything in the last month and a half since Halloween, and even that was pretty low-key for me. But I've noticed this layer of decadence in the boys right now. Ooh. Let me just lay the groundwork, and then you guys can tell me what you think. I was at the Eagle, and it's known for a cruise bar, which is great. Two guys in one area, they were not even playing. Dicks were hard as could be the whole night. They sat in this one nook of a corner. They had the hardest dicks ever, like Viagra'd out or not.
All night?
And they were sort of like showstoppers because I would walk by them, and I would walk by them every 30 minutes. You know, I'd go get a cocktail, I'd go down to the dance floor, I'd come back. They're still there stroking these huge cocks, greased up, and people were they were like a part of the decor of the night.
Nice.
And it was
the Christmas decorations at the Eagle just keep getting better.
Balls.
Oscar knows how to do it upright.
I bet.
Yeah. I just noticed this layer of decadence happening, and I think everyone's back in full force, and I think it's a good thing. I still have a little bit of anxiety of getting back into the mix. For some reason, I'm a little bit slower, but I'm getting there. Have you noticed what I'm talking about, or is this just...
I guess I have. We had a really great week. We started at Toys for Tots. We went to the Toys for Tots party at Chelsea Piers. Everyone was in their suits. That event is always like a gay prom. It was great. People got a little sloppy drunk, me included, and it was really fun. And then we went from there. We went to the Eagle Christmas party on Thursday, and they had a full buffet, food, everything else.
In the Eagle?
Yeah, it was really great. They have a their Christmas party. It's a can drive.
Okay.
Much like the toy drive at Toys for Tots. It was great. And then on Friday, we went out to Knockdown Center to Honey Dijon. She DJ'd, and people were living their best life. There were people, it's funny, you're right. There were people I felt being very full throttle.
Yeah.
There was also the get out of my way crew, people that had living their best life. But I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I've kind of grown out of even caring about that. If that's where you're at, you do your thing. And then on Saturday, we went to I don't know how to say this. Do you know how to say that word? Silver Fox? Silver Fox.
Yes.
MIC. Do you know them? They do the T-shirts and everything. We went to their house party. Steve, you have to put a link of their Instagram up. They do a great clothing line. They do the wolf and all those clothes. Dennis and Donald.
Cyberfox NYC.
It's not, anyway, we went to their house party, and they had little cookies of Yoda's face and gingerbread and full throttle. They had waffle and chicken on a toothpick. Ooh. And we went with my best friend Melvin, who's in his 30s. He's like, my generation will never do a party this good. Like it was so Martha Stewart.
Instead of like opening bags of Doritos and
exactly.
Hot flaming Cheetos. Here we come.
Exactly. They had a photo booth. They were great. And then we went to another party by the Empire State Building. And then last night we went to Julius's for like a house,
which
like
just
a nice,
got its
landmark status. And everyone, that was like walking into your home.
Yeah,
like the bartenders
it's old
remembered
home
me.
week there.
And yeah, so I don't know about the decadence, but people are definitely out. I think people, for the most part, are pretty respectful.
Yeah.
And people are dressing up and looking
it's
cute.
Exciting.
And
it's
liking
exciting.
It.
Kodi, have you noticed that people are kind of in full force because of many things, the pandemic and so on and so forth?
Yo, no, I definitely have noticed it. Your art exhibit in the Eagle notwithstanding, that sounds fabulous. But for me, it's borderline even messiness. I've worked in a restaurant, and the people there are just getting too intoxicated. This guy was stumbling out the other day. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. He stumbles out of the restaurant. He can barely get out of the restaurant. I'm like, how are you going to have a good day now?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? So I see it, and I think it's overkill. I think people need to dial it back a little bit and learn a little bit about moderation.
Well, you're kind of on the front lines, and I was talking to a friend of ours that works at the Eagle who's also on the front lines, and he described it like that. It was a war zone, he said, and the things that he sees, I saw a lot of kind of pushing the boundaries a little bit too much. I think that's what happens. They did say that, remember Roaring 20s back in the day, they did say that what could happen, I think we even talked about this a couple years ago, what's going to happen when things open back up. It could go the other extreme. So it's like you always say, Lincoln, a pendulum, it will swing back.
Yeah. The only thing about the Roaring 20s is I always think of that as being sexy and glamour and fabulous.
But it was because of a war.
Not throwing up on the sidewalk.
Is fabulous.
No.
This is like falling 3 times down the same flights of stairs and thinking that you're cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not.
Right.
It's
I
time
agree.
to go home.
It's not fabulous like the Roaring 20s.
And just as a public service announcement, if your good time ever pushes other people out of the way and sacrifices other people's good time, take a breath.
Yeah.
Just take a breath.
We just want
We're
people
all in
to
it
be,
together.
We want everyone to have fun, but we also want people to be safe too.
And
it's getting to a point
and
that I've
respectful.
seen actually like, is that person going to be okay?
Yes.
Literally wondering,
had
are they going to be okay?
2 people at the Knockdown Center. I text the next day and I was like, hey, just been thinking about you. Hope you're well. Because no one likes to be called out.
No, right.
You know, and I've definitely, over the past week, I've had one too many.
Yeah, me too.
And I got home, and for me, I wonder, what did I
Blackout.
I know I had a conversation, but was I inappropriate? And I will always call and be like, hey, I know I talked to you last night.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I said, but I hope I was okay. And if I wasn't, I apologize. Because I get on a roll, you know me, in a tangent.
Yeah.
You have
I've
to.
been there.
You
I've been there too. And we all have been there.
Important.
So it's not like, absolutely not. Well, we do have to read. We love it when you write into us talking about some past topics. Sinfully on Instagram wrote in and said, Mr. Maurice, that's Kodi.
That's me.
I completely support, he agrees with you, so you're
Of
going to
course
love
he
this.
does.
Listen up, please. I completely support watching porn on the subway. Actually, Lincoln, you were on this one with us where Kodi said his screen over there, which we can now see, blocks out. Like if I couldn't, you were just looking at something, Kodi, and I couldn't see at all what you were looking at.
Let me see.
Let's do a test while I read the rest of it.
If I point it this way, then Steve will be
can't
able
see
to see
it.
it.
So,
You can't see
listeners,
anything?
he's pointing it right at me.
I cannot see it.
But do it at a.
But I can see it in the mirror.
Do it at an angle.
Girl.
Oh, so
I
right
gotta watch
now,
out for mirrors.
Cody is. I can't see at all. And turn just to even an angle. Oh my God, I can't. Nope, I can't see
Give
it.
me
So
your damn-
you.
Oh,
So
I see it.
Yeah,
All right.
is it good?
Sinfully says he scrolls
Is there a
through.
screen on it?
Yeah. It's a
Sinfully says he
protector.
scrolls through Twitter a lot throughout the day, so I get it. I have a privacy screen as well. That's the key. You got to get that privacy
Yes.
screen on there. You should be making some money off of that.
I mean, if I knew how to make them, I would.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone gets the Mr. S newsletter.
No.
But the Mr.
yes.
S newsletter is no joke. Like the moment that comes on, it's like the 2 guys in the corner of the Eagle. It's literally like hard dick from the top of your email to 12 inches down it, and that comes up at the bakery every once in a while when I have a customer. And
You got to brace yourself when you
Hey,
get
cookies with muscle.
Oh
We'll
my
be
gosh,
fine.
I know what I'm getting you all for Christmas now.
What?
Mr. S newsletter?
No, a
It's
privacy
free,
screen.
Kodi.
Oh, yay.
Oh, yeah, that is.
That's such a good Christmas gift.
I think all of our
It is.
listeners are going to get it too. Sinfully also said when we were talking about would you consider doing porn, OnlyFans, he says anyone should be able to have an OnlyFans account, star in porn, etc. Sex work is work. I think that as long as you aren't doing it at your other job, wearing things that tie back to your other workplace, and you're still able to perform your job, then it really shouldn't matter. I think it's a Puritan mindset. Oh, I kind of was puritanical, I guess, that has us all living under these made-up morality rules. I honestly wouldn't care if Biden had an OnlyFans as long as he kept running the country properly. We all enjoy sex, watch porn, so I don't see why certain people in certain positions aren't expected to behave a certain way. As far as myself, I already have an adult Twitter account, and I'm not opposed to doing OnlyFans either. So again, he agrees with you, and I think I essentially agree with that too.
I think we should start the rumor now. Trump has playing cards. Biden has an OnlyFans. Let's just run it all the way into 2024.
Guess what? He has those.
That's why I just said it. And Biden has OnlyFans. It started here.
Yeah. We didn't get you to weigh in. Do you kind of feel the same way, Lincoln, about anybody can have it? Because there's been certain articles that I was referencing.
I mean,
I think you got to think about it. And the other reason I say it is because from a logistical standpoint, a lot of people think, oh, I could do a podcast. And I was parlaying that on another show, that it sounds like fun and games and fun, but you have to really plan out the episodes. Podcasting, you can't take breaks or people drop, the listenership drops. And I've learned kind of the hard way about you got to keep it going. OnlyFans porn, you're only really as good as the content that you put out there. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people think this is great, this could be a great moneymaker, but are you really, how is this going to be sustainable?
Yeah, I don't think most people have all of the tools to do a proper OnlyFans. Maybe
That's
they
what
do.
I said, Kodi.
Maybe they don't, but I mean, I was a struggling actor in New York City my first 5 years here. I went to every friggin' audition. I did every vocal lesson. I did it all right. The right way. I got Guiding Light for a year. I got a few off-Broadway shows. My callbacks were more fabulous than what I actually got. Mm-hmm. And now people get on Instagram and all of a sudden they have a following. So, and this is a funny story. It's short. When I moved to New York, I saw Rent, and I said, okay, I have to be in the show. I have to move to New York. It was right when I moved here. They moved to Broadway, and I tried to audition. I never got a call back. When I was hottest bachelor in People magazine, Bernard Telsey called me in for Roger and Rent.
Oh,
wow!
So all the hard work I did when I was in the thick of it couldn't get noticed, but being in People magazine got me a call. And I went in and I gave them all a dozen cookies. And I said, I haven't had a singing lesson in 2 years. I'm going to try and sing this song. But just know if you cast me, I will get the job done. I was horrible and they never called me back. Because it was like, it wasn't so it's great to think in, sure, I'm going to get an OnlyFans and be fabulous. It's a lot of work, like you just said, Steve.
Yeah.
Sorry, but it's also, call me a pilgrim or whatever you want to call me.
A Puritan.
I don't need my hole on the internet when I'm trying to sell a cookie and be a respectable part of society. Not that that's not respectable, but it just doesn't. 1 + 1 + 1 doesn't get the result I need. So if you're going to be that vulnerable and that open on the internet, it can go anywhere.
Yeah.
You have no idea who's going to see it and what angle you're at.
And before you say, I just think, Kodi, all I think I'm saying is you just got to really think it through. Okay. Not that anybody couldn't do it, should do whatever. Everybody should do whatever they want. I just
agree
think
with that,
you got to think a bit through.
Okay, I get that. All that sounds lovely. I love all of that. But my question to the both of you is, does your opinion of people decrease when you find out that they're doing that?
Absolutely
it might
not.
increase, but it definitely changes.
Oh, it might increase.
It might increase, it might decrease.
Okay.
Depends on their work.
Interesting.
Well, if they're really good at it and it's really hot, I might think of them as, you know what I mean? Like if you're shy, or you've always given me a little attitude.
I'm shy?
No, I'm saying
If you were.
No, I'm just saying if you and I have always had, I'm a very dominant personality. A lot of people clam up when I'm around them. Like I'm too, people used to say, oh, you always look like you're angry. You always look like you're mad. And I was like, well, you're projecting that onto me. So get over it.
Yeah.
But if certain people are shy about me or I've just never known them or really had a conversation and then they start an OnlyFans and it's something that's really up my alley and they get like the lighting Tom of Finland ready and they look great, I might think of them as, wow, this is really cool. If they're getting, if 20 people put them in a stairway, I might think that's the hottest thing ever, right? Or not. But if you're my mailman, I'm just going to look at you differently.
Well, and
not
that's
better
where,
or worse.
And actually,
not better or worse.
That's where Jeremy was coming from when we recently talked about a mayor in a small town of Iowa that has an 8,000 population. And he posed for a calendar that actually raised funds. And he had a chicken, like a cooked chicken, in front of his crotch. He wasn't naked, but it looked like he was naked.
Yeah.
And Jeremy and I were on the side of, it's kind of inappropriate and weird. But
what are you doing with a cooked chicken?
I don't know what that.
Your legs?
I don't know what the comedy. Right, but I don't know what the.
Put a fucking rooster and have it be a cock, not some Boston Market roastery chicken.
It was Boston Market.
Boston Market needs love too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess that I'm. And to answer your question, Kodi, I'm let anybody do whatever they want. Absolutely. I just, like I would want to consider everything everybody should consider because actions have consequences and sometimes, not everyone's going to be on board with it. And it also is a fine line. So we talked about the cop last week that it has an OnlyFans and a porn account. He was doing porn on duty. So you really have to dot your I's, cross your T's when you do decide to go over to OnlyFans porn that do not give anyone license to call you out because believe me, in this climate right now, the piranhas out there are going to find, if they find out you have that, they're going to find any little thing and you better have your eyes and all that stuff that I just said.
Ducks in a row.
Yeah, ducks in a row.
But your ducks can be in a row as much as you want them to be. You're still showing your dick on the internet.
Yeah.
So, it's going to get twisted. It's going to get twisted no matter how...
The dick's going to get twisted?
No, the storyline's going to get twisted.
Yeah, right.
You're volunteering. It's just like some people in the world think you should never put a naked picture on your phone because of the cloud. Yeah. It'll end up somewhere.
All right. Well, we still want to hear what you think sinfully. You can always write into us. We want to continue this conversation because apparently it's a hot button issue
so much to say.
Let's keep it going. Well, I couldn't help but not talk about this story. There's a new bar in WeHo, West Hollywood, Los Angeles, that it took over the Gold Coast, which was a classic bar that had a clientele and it was there forever. Anyways, they moved on. The new bar is called OR, O-R. And that's not even the part that's really weird. I don't get it. But they have a sticker. They're sparking Sticker Shock with $24 cocktails. With cocktails like the old fashioned that's at 24, their Negronis 22, their OR 54, which doesn't even sound like that. There's not like craft cocktail. It's Grey Goose vodka, fresh lime juice, passion fruit, agave, and some Prosecco at $24. There's some other bars they list too that have bar prices like that. Would you go to this bar and pay $24, Lincoln, for a cocktail?
I don't care about the price. What's the experience?
It's
like if it's
lighting,
leather chairs and fabulous lighting.
Look at the lighting. I'm showing him, and it looks like kind of.
It's cool.
It
looks like Soho House.
Yeah. So
Paramount Hotel, $24 cocktail.
Jeremy was on a show recently that he talked about. Our co-host Jeremy in Boston. He went to a bar that had craft cocktails, and it looked a lot like this or a bar.
Chelsea Hotel is that way. Chelsea
I love that, but I would
have $20 cocktails.
24 for a gay bar.
That's a lot.
When you took over an old bar, I think still. I know we're almost at inflation.
You're not going to get me on this one. It's the only thing they make money at, right? Is there a cover?
They have little bites, like you can get no cover.
There's no cover. How does a bar make money? How does the Eagle make money?
But
alcohol.
A bottle of liquor costs $24, and they want to charge.
Well, then go to the grocery store.
Okay.
You're going to a
and
bar.
I will. You're coming over to my house.
No, and I get the point, but if you're going to be in business, I know of a couple bars here in New York that they had to shut down, rebrand themselves, and come back for a different clientele because the clientele that was going to their bar brought their own liquor a lot of the time.
Oh, no.
And they didn't know how else to get out of that K-hole of people bringing their own liquor, not paying for anything, not tipping.
I've heard of people going into their car and having a bottle of Tito's, a handle of Tito's.
That's not tacky.
Which is yeah. I was going to use another word, but yeah, that's wrong, and I don't think.
I don't think that's wrong. If you need to pregame at home and have two drinks, so you can have one drink at a $24 a drink bar and meet the people you want to meet, and then go home and have another drink, what's wrong with that?
Don't get me wrong. I'm probably going to go here because I love the light
so then
fixture.
You're getting yourself wrong. You're the why is it the price
think when
tag?
we get. I don't know. I'm curious to see how this is going to play out because I just think it's a little expensive.
$24.
It's just we're spending a lot of money, and I know it's the climate right now. It's just a lot.
In this climate,
Then stay home.
I am staying home. So,
that's the problem.
So what I am doing a little bit more is to balance things out. I might not go out like I did before. So
or get a second job.
Yeah.
Like if you want to,
right.
If you, I have 4
already.
jobs to afford my lifestyle.
Cody can't afford to get another. There's not enough time.
love you, Cody.
Where do I get another job from?
He said the other day, I
tell
have
me.
like 19 jobs. So you're maxed out.
I know, right?
No,
Yeah.
I'm good at 4. I have like 3 to 4 jobs usually at once. And
So this is a good one. We want to hear from everyone. Would you pay $24 if it was a chic hot spot in WeHo?
in California,
In California,
LA, in WeHo.
would you give this a shot? I would probably. Would you, Cody? We didn't hear from you.
If I was going with people and I knew that I was going to have a wonderful, it's more about the people that I go with. So if I was going to have a wonderful bonding experience with people that I love, like you guys.
That is a lot of pressure on a $24
I
drink.
mean, you better be ready. If you're inviting me to OR, which is a ridiculous name, I cannot reiterate how ridiculous.
Why is or a ridiculous
OR
name?
It's just dumb.
it's so, I know.
What does
I'm
it
not here
stand
that.
for? Or like the
Or what?
preposition.
Or what? Are you a man or a woman? Are you gay or are you straight? Are you hot or you're
we
not?
didn't think of it this
Or
way.
Are you rich or
Hot
are
or
you
not?
poor?
I am
Are
poor.
you- like,
You were in the market. He must
There's
be
always another
you know what?
option.
I have a feeling
No matter-
Lincoln's an investor in this club because
I
he's
feel like
defending
he
everything.
is. He's like,
no, if
jack
I ever
up
open
the
a bar,
drink
it's going to be called
prices.
opium, other people's money, because I will open it with other people's opium.
Ooh.
That is
Very good
a
one.
Yeah.
wonderful name.
I just gave it away again. I give it all away.
I
Take
mean-
it.
I
want
can
my
edit that
percent.
out if you want, but
It's okay.
I won't. We should get Peter's input on this one. Peter, of course,
Oh my
joining
God, he'll buy
us.
a $30 drink. He doesn't care. Peter is very bougie. We know this. Peter, do you
I
have
love.
Buy it.
Buy it. Okay, got it. All right. Well, the holidays are obviously here, and are you guys getting Christmas presents for each other and doing all that?
our Christmas presents went into the survival of Salty Pretzel. Salty
Yeah.
Pretzel was in the hospital,
Okay.
and we had.
Well, we're going to talk about the highs and lows of 2022.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be a
in
low.
a minute.
But we're taking a great trip together. But we're not getting gifts for each other. I'm sure we'll.
I'm not doing that either, but if you lived in the UK right now, they're having the whole mail service is on strike right now. Postal workers who are striking, and one store that sells sex toys hasn't been able to get their sex toys out to anybody, and he said he has a warehouse full of dildos just sitting there. There's going to be a lot of unhappy
Bottoms.
This is like tragic, though. You were talking to me about you ordered something, Cody, for Joe.
Yes, in April.
And they were also under strike, too,
Yes.
the mail.
So I looked it up, and they were on strike for, I think they were doing Saturday deliveries or weekly deliveries, something like that, from April to June of this year as well. So this has been an ongoing problem. And I was scared that I wasn't going to get my $40 T-shirt for Joe.
That's
for
all
his
you. That was
birthday.
the toy.
You're gonna pay $40 for a T-shirt.
Yeah.
but not
It wasn't even a
$24 for
toy?
cocktail.
It was amazing. It had Sailor Moon on there, and it said the the cock destroyer is on there. It's so adorable.
That's cute.
Did it come with a dildo?
Did it ever arrive?
Not this time. Maybe next time.
Did it arrive?
It came. Yeah, it came in time for his birthday. So, and he loves it.
Well, we all know when you're waiting for something. I recently went to an all-white wedding in Puerto Vallarta, and I had to have this right look. And to get everything was coming, I was ordering it online. If that didn't come in time, I was screwed because we all know how hard it is to find a white look that's not Levi jeans. This was a cool look that I put together. I would be pissed if it was my sex toys that I was waiting for or for my partner. Would you be pissed on this?
No. I don't know. I think because the male people are so put upon and no one's making enough money.
Yeah.
I'm okay with no Saturday delivery. I'm okay with paying them more and having them work less because the work sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now it's bombarded by Amazon delivery people and UPS
Mm-hmm.
people and all these other side delivery people that have no tracking, no credibility. I think it's kind of a shit show. So I think...
Well, Uber's on strike here in New York.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that means Uber Eats. So if you're trying to get your meal, you can't get that on time now.
no.
We were just talking... It's
Yeah.
And
real.
I've stopped Uber Eats completely with the bakery because the drivers are too rude.
Really?
They're rude and they're mean, and I'm not too. They're on the bikes on the sidewalk, and they barge in. It doesn't matter what they knock over. I'm done with all that.
My neighbor just
it
said
ruins the
he's
shopping
going to start
experience.
Uber Dick because he literally will go
Is that gonna
on.
be on time?
No, he'll go on Scruff. He'll go on Scruff or Grindr, and he recently met a couple guys, and he said there were a couple that really wanted him to top them, and he said there was no interaction in the sex that they had. They literally just wanted his cock. And they took turns fiendishly on it. But no, he's like, I could have been anybody. It was like they never looked at it. There was no sexual interaction. It was literally using the cock. He's like, I'm Uber Dick.
I've been there.
They ordered it. They got it. You've been there?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you the dick?
I actually kind of enjoyed it though. To
Being
be,
so separated from the experience?
to be the communal dick. It was pretty awesome.
Oh, communal dick. I get it. You were a provider.
So if he needs people to work for him, I will take on a 10th job.
Oh, good. When you become Uber Dick, then you'll be able to afford that cocktail.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Did you get that? Or maybe not.
Oh my God, the
Get it?
worst
It's a great name.
Hey guys, your buddy Stevie here, and some good news and some bad news. Yes, summer is over. Good news is we got monkeypox under control. It's time to get back into the mix, and I'm talking about one of my favorite pastimes is to go to play parties or my favorite BDSM clubs. And when I go to those, I want to know that I can last as long as possible and have as much fun as possible, if you know what I mean. I definitely do not want to blow my load early on in the night. I want to be able to last as long as possible. And that's why I want to tell you about Roman swipes, because they are so convenient over-the-counter wipes that are clinically proven to help you last longer in bed or at your favorite play party. They are uniquely formulated to reduce overstimulation without eliminating sensation altogether. And there's a 2019 study where they were proven to increase time to orgasm by more than 4 times. So to use, all you do is remove the disposable swipe from discreet pocket-sized packet. I carried it in my jeans, easy breezy, wipe on the most sensitive parts of your penis, and allow to dry for about 5 minutes. They're safe, effective, and no prescription is needed. When used as directed, Roman swipes leave no scent or taste, so there is no transfer to your sexy partner. Okay, I've got the perfect deal for you. Try swipes today with a special offer just for our listeners. Get 20% off your first order. Just go to ro.co/tags, TAGS today. That's ro.co/TAGS for 20% off. Hey guys, Stevie here. And you know, we all know how important a good night's rest is, how important sleep is for sanity, to be productive every day. I certainly do. And for the last several weeks, I've been so happy to try my brand new Helix mattress. Let me tell you, I have been getting some of the best sleep and waking up refreshed, although I could stay in bed for hours because this mattress is so comfortable to my body. I just know whoever I bring into my bed soon I'm not going to be able to get them out. I took the Helix sleep quiz and I was matched with the Midnight mattress because I really wanted something that felt medium to firm, as I tend to sleep on my side and my back all night. You know, the mattress that I had before was fine, but I had it way too long. And then I put this foam covering on top of it that worked for a while, but it got so mushy and I was waking up with aches and pains. The Helix mattress is a major upgrade. No longer do I need an extra padding because it's built in and I'm getting some of the best sleep of my life. Not only is the mattress the best I've slept on, but the setup was fast and easy. Helix mattresses are delivered in a box and straight to your door for free. Helix Sleep is a premium mattress brand that provides tailored mattresses based on your unique sleep preferences. The Helix lineup includes 14 unique mattresses, including a collection of luxury models, a mattress for big and tall sleepers, and even a mattress made just for kids. Simply take the Helix Sleep Quiz and find your perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. Helix knows there's no better way to test out a new mattress than by sleeping on it in your own home. That's why they offer a 100-night risk-free trial. Try out your new Helix mattress, see how your body adjusts, and if you decide it's not the best fit, you're welcome to return it for a full refund. Everybody is unique and everyone sleeps differently. That's why Helix has several mattress models to choose from, each designed for specific sleep positions and feel preferences. Models with memory foam layers to provide optimal pressure relief if you sleep on your side. Models with a more responsive foam to cradle your body for essential support in stomach and back sleeping positions. Plus, enhanced cooling features to keep you from overheating at night. Every Helix mattress has a hybrid design, combining individually wrapped steel coils in the base with premium foam layers on top. It's the perfect combination of comfort and support. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/tags, TAGS. And you know, by supporting Helix, you're also allowing them to support TAGSPodcast. So go purchase your Helix and thank me later for your best night's sleep. With Helix, better sleep starts now. Again, it's helixsleep.com/tags, TAGS.
Ever.
All right. Well, we love giving advice on this show, and I have to read some Reddit threads that I want to hear from you. Oh, these are some good ones, though. It says their first time writing on Reddit. I'm 40 in a stable gay relationship with another guy of my age. We're good together, and we even live together. No big problems, or at least nothing we can't talk about and deal with. The only issue is about sex. We're not having any, or almost any. He's never had a high libido since the beginning, and at first I thought I could handle it, but after 2 years, I can't deny my urge to fuck to fuck more. My libido is always very high, and I keep trying some approach, but I hardly have success, and often end up masturbating. I feel frustrated. I'm sick and tired of dealing with my morning wood all by myself. Sex is on my mind 24/7, but I'm starting to feel the need. I even suggested him to top me, since he told me several times that he's too tight and made me understand he struggles to get over the pain. I don't think it's about size. My dick is pretty average when we do have sex. He always aims at ending ASAP, and that makes me really uncomfortable. Any idea? And thanks in advance. You guys are both in relationships. Do you experience highs and lows of each other's libidos that it's not always going to be, I would imagine, on the same level, or is it, Kodi?
Is his partner the same age?
He didn't say. So one's 40, I'm 40. He didn't say his partner's age. Would that make a difference, probably?
Well, I dial it back. I didn't mean to.
No, you're fine.
I would dial it back to testosterone levels with his partner because that's a thing.
Yeah.
And that's going to affect everything. So if his partner has his doctor check his testosterone, there might be something going on there.
It's so funny you mentioned that because that was a really big episode that we had recently where we talked about that.
I brought it up.
And somebody just emailed me. We're probably going to have them on the show here in New York, at least, where they really work on checking people's testosterone levels and helping you out with that. So we're going to talk more about that. What are your thoughts, Kodi?
So I think that there are certain things out there, supplements that you can take out there that you can increase the libido. At the end of the day, though, it's kind of his issue, so he needs to take responsibility for that, in my opinion.
The boyfriend?
The boyfriend. The boyfriend. He needs to, if his a libido is higher than his partner's, then he needs to either become comfortable with masturbating or not having as much sex with his partner, or he needs to be comfortable with having as much sex as they do have, or he needs to suggest opening up the relationship. Because I don't see how you can go into a relationship trying to change somebody else.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, because he doesn't mention in this, that have they had the actual conversation? Like, I feel that my libido is a lot stronger than yours is, and that means that what can we do about, have that conversation. So maybe if the partner knew, he could consider things like testosterone. Maybe I should have because why aren't I like on the same level? Or I don't know if I could ever get it. Or here's how it could work for me to have a stronger libido. Maybe,
Yeah.
But he doesn't mention that.
I don't think that the libido is the beginning, middle, and end of this.
Yeah.
Because they need to talk about it.
Yeah.
They need to talk about what was their behavior prior to the relationship.
Right.
Like something Peter and I talk about a lot is I had a lot of anonymous sex throughout my life, and that was a thrill.
Right.
So to go from anonymous Uber dick that you just have sex, you walk away, and it's not.
No.
Were you in that restroom?
I was probably me.
So to a monogamous relationship where there isn't that thrill of getting caught or that thrill of, and then something that sounds so morbid and weird. My mom, who passed away recently, that was always in the back of my head, is that I was a rebel. You know what I mean? Like that was a Roman Catholic thing and an only child thing, and something being gay was being a rebel. And now that she's gone and her and I kind of ended on such a good note of understanding and acceptance and just...
You don't have that association.
I don't have that addictive thrill behind it. And that could be, there's a myriad of reasons bigger than just libido.
This is an interesting one. Also another Reddit thread, Lincoln, where my boyfriend, what do you think of my boyfriend's comment? My boyfriend sent me a picture of another man's ass with this message, quote, I won't get that hole, and he spelled it W-H-O-L-E. So I won't get that hole because I want only yours. And he put how would you react? So this was interesting because it was kind of complimentary, but he sent it of a picture of some other guy, and he also spelled it wrong. So I would first correct him with the English language. And now when you send a message, I tried this out. I updated my phone on the iPhone.
Yeah.
You can edit a text.
Yeah.
So there's no more excuses, people out there, for sloppy texting.
Yes, but just remember,
and you use Siri.
You can see it when they edit it and what they changed.
But I would.
So it's not like you get away with it.
Oh, you don't get away with it?
Still, you get points for correcting, though.
From hole to W-H-O-L-E, like.
Wasn't that on purpose, though? I don't know. No.
So somebody wrote, I'm tempted to correct his spelling. Send him a rando dick pic and say, it might be bigger, but yours will do. Oh. I love that one a lot. I know you guys send pictures of each other, right? You were saying, Lincoln, that you've sent pictures to Peta.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a
and you wanted to get back into it.
Time, yeah.
I know you do all the time too, but a random picture of somebody else and saying, like, I could have this, but I really choose you, is sort of
That's too much.
Yeah.
I couldn't deal. If Joe sent me a picture of somebody else's penis and said, I would rather have yours, I would say, you know what? Take your ass out there and go get that. If that's what you
Yeah, is that passive aggressive
why
shit
do
or
you
what?
even have a picture of some other
That's what
man's?
where did you get that photo?
Exactly.
Did he send it to you? Did he text it to you? Did you find it on an app? This is why we can't open the relationship. Because it's too much, like,
And
how did you get that?
let's be devil's advocate for a second. We've all gone with our boyfriends down the street and nudged the other person like, look
Nope,
at that
not
guy's
me.
out.
That's
Look at that
healthy.
guy's out. That's healthy.
I've
No,
never
that's
done that.
healthy. Or having
Well,
someone like
the old me would be jealous, and I would have been. But the new me would be like, "Yep, I see what you're
Well, it
talking about."
depends on the relationship. If you don't feel balanced in the relationship, you can get jealous. But I actually talk about this in therapy quite often. There is something very healthy about going out to a gay bar, to a gay club,
Walking
and
down
having
the street.
a man objectify your boyfriend because he's so hot, and know
I do
how I'm
enjoy
with
that.
him. And that guy thinks you're sexy. Or being someone and saying, oh, he's really cute, isn't he? Yeah, he's really sexy. And you walk on. Because
Right.
during the pandemic, when you're both at home for a year with a one-eyed Yorkie and a television, there is none of that.
Yeah.
And that was something I was like, wait a minute, what am I missing? I know I'm missing chatting with friends and stuff like that. But there's just something so repetitive about life. And it was brought up to me. It's like, oh, well, you didn't go to the Eagle and have someone say how sexy your boyfriend is, or catch your boyfriend checking someone else out that shows a different side of
I
him.
think that's
very
healthy.
healthy.
Oh, right. I think that's healthy.
There's a line that should not be crossed. You should not be looking at somebody's ass and saying, "Oh my God, look at that guy's ass. It's so fat and perky and bubblicious." No, I think that's crossing a line. Saying that somebody is handsome or attractive, that is one thing. But
It's funny with you, Kodi, because on the other matter of OnlyFans, yeah, everybody should do OnlyFans.
He
and
just
blah, blah.
said,
and then
you have to know what your relationship is, and I want a whole man, and I want to see your whole self in a relationship. So if Joe is the kind of man who likes to point out man's asses and say, hey, they're sexy, isn't that the whole man you want in a boyfriend?
no.
Did I miss that point? That was the point, right?
That
it's
was
just
not
funny
the
that
point.
that's where.
I was not.
He needs to change. No.
So would you rather? Because we all have these. Well, Kodi, let me pose
Let
this
me
question.
think.
Let me pose this question because we all have thoughts about. It's not like once you get with somebody, you are immune to seeing other people, hot guys out there.
I
So you
agree.
know your partner also has thoughts of people down the street that they see that are hot. Would you rather he kept it to himself? Or in a very healthy way said, "Oh, isn't that guy sexy over there?
Handsome.
Handsome. Okay."
Not sexy, because that would infer that you wanted to have sex. For me, there's a very fine line that you have to walk. And I know it sounds insane, and I
think it's a
probably
crooked
am
line.
insane.
I don't think it's a straight line either. I think it's a bit of
Nothing
a
I do is
wavy
straight, darling.
line.
Right. Well, that's a good thing and a bad thing. So would you say in this situation, back to this Reddit thread, he's in one way complimenting his boyfriend, like, nobody has an ass better than you, babe, and you know all
he
I
didn't say that.
want. What did he say?
He said, I could have this whole, but I would rather have yours. No.
It's a little it
It's
leaves
a
a bad
backhanded
taste.
And he
compliment.
implied that whole was complete because he spelt it wrong.
I would be more concerned about the grammar than I would about him sending me a picture. That would be a first thing. Like, does he know that he just sent WHOLE? Like that would be my first concern. Am I with somebody that
It's
is?
not a big concern in this day. and
I
age.
would be like, doesn't know the English language. That would be my first concern.
Please have a command.
I would have that. That would bother me more. I think. Like, did he just send it
It
Syria?
would not bother me more. It would be part of the discussion. It wouldn't bother me more.
Do you have to go back to second grade English? sir?
Before, I would just say, you do know that whole you meant HOL, just confirming. And if he was like, oh my God.
But that
but
is
if he
literally,
didn't.
if there was any boner in this conversation, by bringing up grammar, you
We
just created a
immediately-
clitoris. Like, literally his vagina retracted back by correcting
well, maybe he
spelling
won't be
over
sending me
missing.
I'm okay
random.
with that too.
Maybe he won't be sending me random hole pics anymore.
I
Then.
mean, but where did he get this?
Go
I'm
back
going
to
back to this. Where did he get the ass pic from? Because I
Right.
need to know.
In a
If it
bad
was
in a
sent
bad
to him-
English class. In a bad English class that he didn't graduate from. I don't know. All right. Which one, Kodi? Because you were looking at these earlier. Oh, the wanting more sex. And then what was the other one? Actually, let's go on to the best and worst.
Okay.
I think because this is.
We're already 45 minutes.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the best and worst. All right, it's going to be our last show with you,
Of the
Lincoln,
year.
of the year. It's always a good time to reflect. A lot of my shows reflect, and we are no different in that. I thought we could do round robin on the best and worst things of 2022. We don't have to go on a dissertation book tour here on it, but just we want to hear a little bit of
Why
that
are you
wasn't
looking at me
directed at
so
you.
strongly when you say that?
But I also want to
Dissertation.
know your best sexcapade sexual experience that you had.
Wow.
Let's start with just the best and worst of 2022. I'll start with myself so you can think a little bit about it and know that the best part of 2022. So I'm just going to get the worst out of the way. I had a rough year because I broke my ankle at this time last year, and I had surgery in January. Well, that for 5 months, I was literally on that couch over there, much of the time hobbling around on this office chair just to get around, and it was really bad. Like I couldn't do anything, and the new Eagle was opening up. I missed that opening, and Instacarting it. It was just not depressing. It's just I got focused on a lot of different things, but I missed most of the first part of the quarter. And then, notice I always talk in marketing terms.
I know,
but,
right?
But then I have to say I had one of the best summers this year because I finally went to the Naked Beach in New Jersey.
Ooh.
What's it called? Sandy Hook.
That's
Okay.
And I got over my hump of, yeah, exactly. And I was out there free, and I went so many weeks in a row to the Naked Beach, and I had so much. I've met a listener out there.
Nice.
I met a guy out there that we went on a date. I just got over myself that I can have fun naked. I went hiking. I made up for a lot of lost time, and I had one of the best summers of my life, and it was really awesome. I got sick at the end of the year, and all of November was a wash. But the good news is I got my waist when I was in my 30s again, so I'm kind of happy about that, and I want to keep it.
Nice.
So kind of a warped sense of a year, but it was my year. What was the best and worst of 2022, Lincoln?
I think the best part of 2022 is Peter and I got rid of a lot of static in our careers. We decided certain things aren't working like they used to.
Right.
Both in the fitness industry for me and in luxury retail for Peter. So it was nice to just kind of shake that off, and the sky didn't fall. We're still able to live. We're good.
Yeah.
And new adventures will come. And if they don't, we're good for a while. So let's just breathe and go with it. The worst thing was the day after Thanksgiving, we almost lost Pretzel. We'd been struggling with her, Salty Pretzel, my dog, for about 6 months. We thought it was behavioral. We thought it was cognitive issues. But it ended up being an absorption issue in her body, which created a lot of fluid. And she got a blood clot in her lung, and we almost lost her. And after 6 days in doggy ICU on an oxygen bubble, we got her back. She's on a new diet. We're feeding her like crazy. She's turning into a good dog again. So that was really great.
Aww.
And the hottest sex we had was christening the new Eagle bathroom.
Ooh, and it's a nice.
Was that a dissertation, or did I keep it? Was it a fortune cookie? I'm kidding. But it was really fun. It was really fun. And there are many places at the Eagle that you can christen on a weekly and bi-weekly basis.
I love it.
And I would like your dissertation on that, please. So for me, I would say that actually the best and the worst things are probably the same thing. In March, I moved in with Joe, and it's been so amazing. We've learned so much about each other, but
Right.
it has definitely been a learning experience.
I'm sure.
You learn so much about your partner when you move in with them, and you have to see them every single time.
As Lincoln looks over at pizza.
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, you just learn so much about them, and when you have to see them every day, and it just opens up a world of experiences and having to relate to this one person. Also, something else that is high on the list as far as one of the best experiences of 2022, I think I mentioned this maybe last week, the week before, but I got a couple really great messages from listeners saying how much they love the show and how important all of our voices are. And I really appreciated it because I think I was kind of down in the doldrums a little bit. So it really uplifted me. So thanks, you guys. So, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I like that.
Yeah,
and
it was great.
I didn't say my best. I'll say my best sex. You said yours. He did his quickie.
I didn't say my best sex. It was definitely some slutty shit, though. I know that for a fact.
You want to think about it? I'll take mine real quick.
I tied him up, something like that.
Okay,
something
got
along those lines. I'm sorry. I love slutty sex.
Don't be sorry.
Mine was this one story I already told on the show, but it was with a hookup, but we ended up getting together more than once. He said literally, this says a lot about our culture right now and where we're at, the dividedness of us all. He said after we had had great sex, well, the big part of it all was I topped him. And I'm known to be more of a bottom, and I really embraced it. And I didn't need any Viagra or anything. I just trusted it, and I enjoyed it. And he got me over. The other thing, he's a Republican, and we had a whole discussion about that.
Yeah.
And I learned... we got along so well. He's in an open relationship, speaking of open relationships, and he said, I'd like to do this again. And I said, yeah, I would too. Even though we're on totally different playing fields from a political standpoint, a mindset, it was really refreshing. The old me, I think, would have been like, oh, absolutely not. But I could just take it for what it was as sort of a friends with benefits and kind of enjoyed pillow talking after sex about the differences between him and his boyfriend, because his boyfriend's a Democrat and he's very Republican. But boy, did we connect sexually, and I hope it continues into the new year. But kind of a breakthrough for me,
Yeah. And
at least from the top.
afterwards.
Definitely, yeah, right. I went to his place a lot too. That was the other thing. I usually host, but I found myself going to his place. So awesome. A lot of new things with
There's
that.
something about fucking a Republican that's a little like a duh. Have you seen the porn of fucking the guys with the Make America Great Again hat on?
You kind of like fuck a little harder, I
Yeah,
noticed.
it's a hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
I don't think I'd be able to get it up, honestly.
No, there's
You
something
can.
like,
If I can, you can.
we can all do it together.
Isn't that a political slogan right there? Yes, we can.
Yes,
Yes, it is.
yes, it is.
Yes, we can.
Let's not bring Madonna, oh my God, Obama to this conversation right now.
I know. We had Biden
Yes,
starting
we
his
can.
OnlyFans.
And his OnlyFans.
Always a good time with you guys.
That's
Always a good
hilarious.
time in studio, of course. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lincoln, for bringing the Protein Bakery. And you can always visit his Protein Bakery on 19th Street in New York City, or, of course, on Instagram at Protein Bakery. At Protein Bakery. I imagine you're quite busy.
It's been really busy lately. It's good.
Nice.
Very grateful. Yeah,
Wishing
and
you
I've had
luck.
a lot of fans over the year stop by and visit me at the bakery, and some really nice comments as well. So thank you for reminding me of all that. One of our listeners was in class tonight. He was right behind you guys, Johnny.
Nice.
So, this has always been a big part of my years for many, many years now. I think it's 5 years or whatever
Yeah.
that I've been a part of TAGS, and
Absolutely.
I'm very grateful for that. So here's to 5 more.
And follow Lincoln at Mad Lincoln on Instagram for his personal account. Of course, follow Kodi. He's a life coach. And I'm sure you want to be busy in the new year with this too. Are you taking some new clients?
Always.
Okay.
Hit me up.
Absolutely. Follow his Instagram at KMD Coaching. KMD Coaching. Or his personal account, Mr. Maurice. Mr. Maurice. Follow me. I am _Steve V. Or the show. Follow the show at TAGSPodcast. Go to TAGSPodcast.com. And in the meantime, guys, thanks so much. Happy holidays. Thanks, Peter, for being in the studio audience.
Yay.
Continue having hot
Gay
gay
sex.
Happy holidays.
Uber sex.
Uber dick.